Remaining cows are skinny, and I counted 20 stillborn.
Okay, so just to sum it up for some folks, you're basically saying, so before you really haven't had any negative adverse effects with most of your stuff on your farm?
I would say not direct, but it's obviously they would call themselves something.
Okay. Now after this earthquake, you say there's significant increase in water contamination, and you also say your dairy milk was unfit to be drinkable because of this incident?
Yeah.
Okay. And you had 60 cattle that you lost because of this?
60 and 20 stillborn.
20 stillborn. So that's a significant amount of cost. Do you think you ever be able to regain that?
Only if I'm repeating myself.
Yes. A few other quick questions I have for you. Chemicals. Now you say you've done tests before and after this incident, correct?
Yes.
So what would you say that comparison would be for your water contamination?
It has skyrocketed.
Skyrocketed?
For a lot of different levels. All chemical levels that have never came up before are now present.
Okay.
And that is with the water, the milk, and the air. I'm not certified to be testing the air, so I did have a certified environmental consultant come out
Okay.
and do an ambient air test, and detected levels elevated of benzene, methane, chloroform, butane, propane, toluene, and xylene.
Wow.
And these are all also found in my milk and in the water.
Wow. That's a significant amount. I don't know about you folks, but it doesn't sound like it's something I'd be wanting to drink or at least inhale. So that sounds like something that could definitely impact the town of Rockville. So that's something that we should definitely consider. Now, any other questions? What are your concerns?
Oh, my concerns are my health, the town's health, my bills, and if I'm ever going to get this running up again, then my farm is pretty much destroyed. And are they going to keep drilling?
Okay. Well, that's definitely understandable. Those are some great concerns to be put up front and not left to go. So hopefully we can get this matter resolved for you and hopefully bring prosecution against this company to be responsible for their actions. So I don't think I have any other questions for you as of now. So we definitely appreciate your cooperation and thank you for coming to the stand tonight to testify. So I think that's all we have for the witness.
And thank you. Does the defense wish to cross-examine?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So first, can I read some facts off my computer here? Would that be acceptable?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, we have here, fracking has never been measured to cause earthquakes over a magnitude 4. Okay. If anybody in here has ever experienced an earthquake, earthquakes of about 3 to 4 in magnitude, they are hardly felt. Barely what you could say would collapse a barn. So, keeping that in mind, are you aware that fracking has been going on since the 40s?
I have not been aware of that.
Well, it has. It's been around since the 40s, and here we are 75 years later. So I guess my question to you would be, your cows were healthy before, correct?
They were.
And I'm assuming that your cows have not been around since the 40s.
They have not.
Okay. So here we are 75 years later, and this earthquake occurs. How does our industry get the blame for what's happened to your cows?
Well, going from on a citizen standpoint and just seeing that I can do my own research instead of allowing you to give me the spiel of what's going on. And for, as far as I know, intensive fracking has been going on for the past 25 years. And a few different things I have researched. Researchers from Cornell University, the study of Michelle Bamberger and Robert E. Oswald. They were doing a research on dairy farm with the effect of fracking nearby. 2 cases provided naturally occurring groups on the farm, 60 head of cattle from an algaed water waste, Old Creek, from fracking water, while 36 drank from clean water. Of the 60 drinking the contaminated water, 21 died and 16 failed to produce calves in the following spring. Of the 36 that were not exposed to it, no health problems were observed. And I have much more to add on to
Sure, if you'd like to continue.
Okay, well, Bradford County, Pennsylvania, from Sheila Russell, an energy company, Chesapeake Energy, told her that it was safe to drill on her property. As luck would have it, the Russell Farm sits on the top of Marcellus Shale, and underground is rich natural gas. In 2010, Miss Russell was embarked of her new career in organic farming for the Chesapeake Energy drilled 2 shale gas wells across the road, less than 1,000 feet from her farm. Now, an earthquake did happen, and it was methane gas leaking from the wells from faulty casing for over a year. This was happening. Today, she cannot drink her water. She can not be called organic because of the chemicals that are in the water, and she cannot sell any of her produce. And with Carol French, another person from Bradford, Pennsylvania, this is her quote: "I got to see my farm lose 90% of its property value. She says, I'm losing my milk market and probably will not be able to sell my cows. The gas industry has negatively impacted our health, our water, our business, our society. And within a 10-mile radius of her farm, there are 340 shale gas wells. And within the immediate vicinity, 12 dairy farmers were around her 10 years ago, and now there's only 3 farms that are still running." That concludes.
Okay. So, excuse me, but the first story, where was that? Where did that occur?
The story in Bradford County, Pennsylvania, or are we talking about Cornell University?
Okay. So what you're saying is both of these factual stories that you just told, they both took place in Pennsylvania?
2 of them took place in Pennsylvania, the other one from an actual lab itself.
A lab. Okay. What was that lab testing again?
They were testing how fracking water, what comes out afterwards, testing how cows drinking that would affect them.
Okay. So I guess my point to make here is everything that you have just told me is about Pennsylvania. We are in the fine state of West Virginia, sir. And our Department of the Environment, they promote a healthy environment. It says so right on their homepage. West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection ensures surface and groundwater is protected from oil and gas industries. They maintain records on over 55,000 active and 12,000 inactive oil and gas wells. Our company has been up to reg with everything that West Virginia has said. So my question to you is, where is the proof that our company has caused what has happened here?
I do not have the proof myself.
Simply speculation.
Speculation and research and what I have seen physically actually happen and what I've seen happen in my wells and from the cattle dying.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear about that. I'm very sorry to hear about your barn collapsing from the earthquake. Do you know anything about an explosion that may have occurred?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
did not see it, but I heard it.
You heard it, okay. So which would you say happened first? The earthquake or the explosion?
The earthquake led to the explosion, which was on my neighbor's property.
Okay. And you say this was around noon?
This was around noon.
Okay. Well, the research that I have here has said that there is no reputable evidence that hydraulic fracturing pollutes aquifers any more than historical drilling.
Can you cite that?
I can cite that.
Okay, where's that from?
I don't have that citation right here on me, sir. I have it on my computer. I could pull that website up right now if you'd like me to.
I
I think we'd all like to
preparing
know
beforehand. would-
Okay.
which website that's coming from.
This is coming from news.heartland.org. It is a newspaper article about West Virginia imposing new regulations on fracking.
Are you aware that the media is biased, especially when it comes to newspapers?
I am. Are you aware that some research may be biased?
Are you aware that science cannot be biased, especially when it comes from Cornell University?
That may be true. I guess my main point for you today is, have you tested our chemicals?
Technically I have, I mean, they're in my milk and they're in my water, so yes, I've tested your chemicals.
How do you know that those chemicals came from us?
Where else would they have come from?
Any other industry in the area? That may have not been our business.
Well, it should have been mapped out from your wells, where you put your wells at. You didn't come across any other things?
You mean any other
Any other wells or any sources of any kind of chemicals?
Why would that be our responsibility to manage what other companies are
You
doing?
are drilling on home properties.
Okay, so what does that have to do with us managing contamination from other companies?
You should know from you drilling where other wells are at, so you don't drill right into another well,
Oh, and then potentially,
potentially building more.
okay, I see. All right, well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. I don't think that you really have any positive proof that our company specifically has caused the problems that you've experienced. But I thank you for your time.
All right, Corey, my name is Joey. I'm the town attorney, and just have a couple clarifying questions for you. Can I just ask which chemicals you observed in your wells and in your cow's milk?
Okay. Benzene, methane, methanol is also coming from that. Chloroform, I don't know if you know what chloroform is used for. Butane, propane, toluene, and xylene.
Okay, and it seems like you've done some extensive research into hydraulic fracturing. Are these common chemicals that are found
Just out, middle of nowhere.
out in the middle of nowhere? Like,
I've never come across any of these chemicals doing my testing.
how long have you owned your farm?
I've been on my farm for 25 years.
25 years. So in the 25 years you've been on your farm, has there ever once been a time, and you said you've tested, before and after,
Yes.
has there ever been a time where you've come across those specific chemicals?
Only around the time about a year after my neighbor got his well.
Okay. So, if you were to speculate, and if we were in a court of law, this would be objected to, but we're not. If you were to speculate, are these chemicals coming from the fracking well,
Yes.
or from the fracking?
It is obvious
Yes.
that it is.
All right, and my last question to you, as a citizen of my town, of the town that we live in, if we proceeded with a criminal investigation, do you believe that they would be found criminally responsible?
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Vince?
No further question.
Witness is excused. The prosecution may call its next witness.
Yeah.
like to call to the stand Austin Zackel.
All right.
That's better.
Cool. Well, Austin, you are the owner of the property that the fracking is taking place, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and just run through, the events that occurred the day of the event, if you could.
All right. Woke up, had my breakfast, went out on the porch around 12 o'clock. Felt a rumble, felt something like an earthquake, and not too long after, a couple 100 yards out where the well is in my field, I saw a big explosion.
Okay, all right, so would you say that the earthquake occurred first?
Yes, I would.
Okay, and now, as far as, this well's on your